Okay guys, welcome to the Unit 5 quiz review. We're going to start off by explaining some of the steps I took. I have my work here on the screen, so just follow along with me. So number 1 says the net of a rectangular prism and its dimensions are shown in the diagram. What is the total surface area of the rectangular prism in square inches? So we see this rectangle right here, or this rectangular prism. And it's made up of 6 smaller rectangles. So we have this small one that's 2 inches by 8 inches. We have this one that just says 11. This one up here that just says 8 as the top, 11 as this side, and then 2 as this small little section right there. So all of these sides and side lengths or widths, they're able to give us information about the parts that are missing, because they're not going to label every single side and every single edge for this whole prism. So what I did is I separated all 6 of these rectangles into separate shapes. That way I knew exactly what shapes or faces I was finding the area for. So this first one, it was 2 as the height and 8 as the base. So 2 as the height, 8 as the base. And then I found the area by just multiplying base times height, because that's our rectangle formula. So 2 times 8 is 16. This next one right here, it's 11 on the bottom as the base, and then the height again is 2, because again, rectangles match, opposite sides are equal to each other. So 11 times 2, 11 is the base, 2 is the height, 22 as my area. Moving on to the next one, I have 8 up here as I guess the width or like the height, and then I'm looking for the base lengths right here on the sides. The only one that I see that's matching is this 11 over here that's matching on these sides. So I say okay, that means I have an 8 by 11 rectangle. Multiply the base 8 times the height 11, and I get 88 as my area. The smaller rectangle here in the middle, I know that my height is 2 because again the 2 is coming all the way across all these lines, and my base, again, it's opposite of the 8 right here, so it's 8 as the base, 2 as the height. 8 times 2 is 16. And then I look at the last rectangle, and it's or second to the last rectangle, it's this 11, and then the 8 that matches on all these sides coming through. 11 times 8 is 88. 8 is the base, 11 is the height. And then this last one on the right hand side, 2 is the height. And again, I'm looking for a matching side, and it shows right here. 11 would be the base, 2 would be the height, so it's equal to 22. So now those numbers circled in black are all the areas I have for each of those shapes or faces. So I have 16 plus 88 plus 16 plus 22 plus 22 plus 88. And when I add up all the areas and combine them for all the faces, I get 252 inches squared as my total surface area. So that would be the correct answer for question 1. Moving on to question 2. It says the angle measures of a triangle are shown in the diagram. What is the value of x? So we have 50 degrees in this top angle, 3x in this bottom left, 2x minus 5 in this bottom right. I know just as a rule that all the angles inside a triangle have to add up to 180. So that's why I wrote this 180 right here in red. They all have to add up to 180. So if that's true, then I can add all of them. Again, they're separate angles, so that's why I put parentheses around them. But 50 plus 3x plus 2x minus 5 is should give me 180 degrees in total. You see this red line here that's connecting the basic numbers to other basic numbers. It's a 50 right here and then a minus 5 right there. And then the green line connects like terms of the x variable. So this one is 3x. There's a 2x over there, so I have to combine like terms here. The red group, 50 minus 5. The green group, 3x plus 2x. And again, that's still all equal to 180. So 50 minus 5 is 45. 3x plus 2x is positive 5x, and then all of this is equal to 180. Now I have a two-step equation to where I can eliminate the coefficient, I can get rid of this number, move it to the other side by doing the inverse operation, the opposite. So instead of plus, I go minus. So those cancel because 45 minus 45 is 0. 180 minus 45 is 135. And I still have the 5x left over on the other side. I'm still trying to isolate the variable, get that x by itself, so I divide by 5. The 5's cancel, only x is left over, and then I have 135 divided by 5. If you don't know how to do the division, it's like this. 5 goes into 1 0 times, 5 goes into 13 2 times. There's 3 left over, and I bring down the 5. And then 5 goes into 35 7 times. So for this question, x is equal to 27. For number 3, a circle has a diameter of 6.8 feet. Which measurement is closest to the circumference of the circle in feet? So for this one, whenever I am dealing with diameter, it would represent the line that goes through the center, but it's from one edge of the circle all the way to the opposite side. It's a full line from one side of the circle to the other. So I know my diameter, and then they ask, okay, which is closest to the circumference? So my circumference formulas, you have two to choose from. One that has the radius and one that has the letter D for diameter. I'm going to choose one with diameter because that's what I'm given. So circumference equals pi times the diameter. Pi is equal to 3.14 as a decimal, and the diameter they told us was 6.8 feet. So when I multiply 3.14 times 6.8, I get 21,352. But I have 2 decimals from the first number, 1 decimal for the second number, and so I move it back 3 spaces. And so my final answer is 21.35 or 21.352. This one has the option of answer choices, and it says which measurement is closest. So the closest one to 21.3 is 21 as a whole number. So when you see those squiggly lines, it means the circumference is about equal to 21 feet. So this one would be letter B. Number 4, the head of a nail is circular as shown. The head of this nail has a diameter of 5 millimeters. Which measurement is closest to the area of the head of the nail in square millimeters? So the diameter they're telling us is 5. So going from one side all the way to the other side is 5. That means the radius is half of 5. So 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5. Or if you're not using decimals, if you're using like fractions and mixed numbers, it would be 2.5. And so now that I have the radius, again, they want me to find the area of the head of the nail. So I say, okay, area for a circle is pi r squared. Pi is 3.14, and then multiplied by 2.5 squared. When I multiply 2.5 squared, I get 6.25, and then I have to multiply that by 3.14. So pi, 3.14 times 6.25 is about 19.63 millimeters squared. So that's the area of the small head of that nail. I'm going to go ahead and continue on another video.